Morning folks, this is Casey and I'm One Mellow Marigold. We are out here in the quiet of the morning before the day gets hot and steamy. The bugs are out in full force. So I got my netting on and I got my hat on, and that is definitely helping. We got a lot of work to do today, or at least I have a lot of projects I want to try to get done. The first one is planting up my big raised container. Now this is going to be for beans and cucumbers. Both do really well when planted next to grapes and vice versa, so they're going to make great companions for each other. But I need a trellis for the cucumbers, and so we're just winging this. I got a bunch of supplies, I got a bunch of spare wood, I got a bunch of chicken wire. I got sort of a rough plan in my head, but who knows how it's actually going to turn out. So I am just going to start winging it. We're just going to start jumping in and building it, and I'll just bring you along. Okay, here we go. In terms of supplies, obviously most important, we have Oliver and his Frisbee. They're going to add a lot of help to the project today, so yay. I also have a bunch of 2x2s that I had actually purchased for a whole different project back in my city house and didn't end up using. So we're going to use these. We're going to try to make this as easy as I can. So I have these funky little adapters that we can use to attach the frame to the bin. I have got chicken wire, a shit ton of it. I have my saw, I have screws, and I have zip ties to attach the chicken wire to the frame. And we're gonna have it go just on 1/3, and then the rest of that is gonna be beans. So cucumbers will be at this end, and then the beans will be at that end. Didn't she look nice? These are the little brackets that I'm using. So that little hole on the bottom, I'm going to put a screw through so it attaches it really firm to the edge. And then when the 2x2 is placed, we put additional screws through the two sides to hold it in place. Okay, so I have my other pieces cut. This is going to be my top bar, two sides. The top bar, we're going to attach the brackets like this on the front and the back, and then the sides will drill in here. This is where having two separate drills would be fun. So you could just have the bits you need and switch them out. I'm sure that's what cool professionals do. Thing about using screws, A, is it's more structurally sound, but B, we can loosen and retighten and adjust by tiny bits as we're putting the whole thing together. No harm, no foul. All right, now we are gonna get the chicken wire attached. So I got this big old roll, which is one of like 3 big old rolls of chicken wire in the barn. So always happy to use what we got. So at this stage, if you had a staple gun, you could just staple the chicken wire to the outside of the frame. I don't know where my staple gun is at the moment, but I do know where my twist ties are, and I wouldn't mind twist tying until I know if this is going to be like a permanent trellis. You know what I mean? So we're going to twist tie. All right, this is kind of the scary part. This is where we're gonna stand it up and hope it's not like a piece of shit. I do have a couple of clamps. So when I stand it up, I'm going to clamp the bottoms in place since I'm only one person and I only have one set of hands. And hopefully that will help keep it nice and straight when I screw in the bottom. Okay, let's cross all your fingers. Did not work out. Okay. We gotta do it different. We screwed up a little bit. We're gonna do it different. It's all good. I see how I could have done it an easier way. You know what? It's okay. Doesn't matter. Let's get the other side. Okay, well, so at this point, it is standing, but it has become abundantly clear to me that I'm going to need some cross bracing just because of the height. So I'm going to figure out that a little bit and then we'll finish it up. Okay, I think I figured out how we're going to shore this up. So I had 2 more 2x2s and I just cut them in half and I put 45-degree angles on each end, and so we'll do exactly the same as I did here on the other side, and that should keep it pretty sturdy. To do the measurements, since I don't have a protractor, I just use my miter box to draw the lines on the end following the 45-degree mark. And if you don't know what a miter box is, it looks like this. I don't know if anybody really uses these anymore. I actually got this a million years ago at like a family white elephant gift thing. But I gotta tell you, I have used this a ton. I've used it for cutting these kind of things. I've used it for PVC. It just helps me find the angle. I'm sure there's probably a more modern way of doing it, but it works for me, it works for me. go back and forth, and that's okay. It doesn't even bother me. It doesn't bother me one single bit. We got it done. It works. It's sturdy. It's going to hold up my cucumbers just great. The rest of the bin is going to be my beans. Before we plant up the bin, though, I want to just sort of talk about what happened here today. There could be a million dudes that come into my comments and, oh, you didn't countersink appropriately, and you didn't measure and this and that, and you really should have done it this way and not this way, and use these materials. Fuck it. Fuck all of that. It doesn't matter. I had materials. I had a decent amount of know-how to know how I wanted to put this together. I went ahead and did it. Did I use all the correct, proper methods? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Is it going to work just fine anyway? You bet it is. You bet. And you know what? If it doesn't last more than 3 years, what do I care? By then I can, maybe I'm on to something else. Maybe the garden has shifted. I'm going to plant in a different place. So here's what I'm telling you. Nothing's going to be perfect. If you want to try something, get out there and try it. Just do your best. If you want to watch a couple YouTube videos, if you want to look at a couple of books before you start a project, okay, cool. Do what's right for you. But if you just want to get in there and be adventurous and just figure something out, man, I think that's the best way to learn. And we're not going to worry about perfection anymore. We're not worrying about perfection in the garden because it does not exist. Okay, that's it. Let's plant it up. Okay, the next thing we're going to normalize real quick are crappy looking seedlings. These used to be 3 super healthy, beautiful little gherkin starters, seedlings. You know what I mean. 2 died. Yep, my fault. 3rd one is kind of yellow because I think it's probably root bound because it never got out of the little bitty plug. Am I going to plant it anyway? Yeah. Do I have more seeds? Yeah, we're going to do it. Look at these nasturtiums. They're looking a little worse for wear, right? Yeah, some are a little dry. Some maybe are root bound. Nasturtiums are super hardy. We're going to put it in anyway. They're going to be great. Calendula got overwatered, didn't put enough holes in the bottom. Am I going to plant it anyway? Yeah, it's going to be great. We're just doing it. Backside, I'm going to be planting black beans. Yeah, these just are from the store. You can just plant beans from the store. So we're going to pop a whole bunch of them then on the back of the half because we go through a lot of black beans every year. So. Just like that. We got a whole big project done. Everybody's planted that I want to have planted. It's time to water everybody in, give them a nice, good, solid drink, and we're going to be on our way. I look forward to showing you the progress of everything as it grows, and I thank you again for all of your support. I'm going to see you real soon, okay? Bye.